There's a powder that costs less than $1 at any hardware store. It restores faded black rubber trim to factory condition in under 3 minutes. No heat gun, no chemical spray, no buffing machine. The powder bonds to the polymer surface at a molecular level and does not wash off in rain. Auto detailers have known about it for decades. Factory engineers designed rubber with this exact compound inside it. It is the same pigment that made your trim black the day the car rolled off the assembly line. But somewhere between the factory floor and your driveway, this knowledge vanished. Not because it stopped working, because an entire industry figured out how to charge you $150 to solve a problem that costs 97 cents. A powder you cannot patent, a method you cannot subscription lock. A fix so permanent it eliminates the need for repeat customers. And what eliminates repeat customers eliminates profit. Which is why this is the story of the $1 compound that the car detailing industry prayed you would never find. Welcome to Forbidden Camping. If you're not subscribed yet, hit subscribe and the bell. This is where we crack open the vaults that billion-dollar industries welded shut. In 1915, the British chemist Samuel Sattler Pickles published a paper that changed material science forever. He described the chemical structure of natural rubber for the first time, mapping the isoprene chains that give rubber its elasticity. But Pickles noticed something else in the laboratory that day. Pure rubber is not black. It is pale, almost translucent, and it cracks under sunlight within weeks. Every black rubber component you have ever seen in any vehicle on any road in any country got its color from one single additive: carbon black. A fine powder produced by burning petroleum or natural gas in a controlled low oxygen furnace. Carbon black particles measure between 20 and 50 nanometers across, smaller than a wavelength of visible light. When mixed into raw rubber during vulcanization, these microscopic particles do something extraordinary. They absorb ultraviolet radiation before it can break the polymer chains holding the rubber together. In 1922, engineers at the Goodyear Research Facility in Akron, Ohio, ran a landmark durability test. They molded 2 identical rubber strips. One contained carbon black, the other was left pure. They mounted both strips on the south-facing wall of the laboratory and waited. After 6 months, the pure rubber strip had crumbled into brittle fragments. The carbon black strip looked identical to the day it was made. That single test proved that carbon black increases rubber lifespan by up to 10 times. By 1930, every major tire manufacturer on the planet was adding carbon black to every rubber compound they produced. Ford, General Motors, and Chrysler demanded it in every seal, every gasket, every trim piece, every weather strip. Carbon black became the invisible backbone of the entire automotive rubber industry. A backbone so fundamental that global production now exceeds 14 million metric tons per year. Here's the part they never told you. When your rubber trim fades from black to gray, the rubber itself is not dying. The carbon black particles are still inside the polymer matrix. What happened is simple. Ultraviolet light from the sun broke the outermost polymer chains on the surface. Those broken chains form a chalky oxidized layer that sits on top of the still intact carbon black underneath. The trim looks dead, but underneath that gray film, the original black pigment is waiting. Every heat gun trick on the internet works by temporarily melting that oxidized layer, letting the black show through for a few weeks before the gray returns. Every silicone spray works by coating the surface with a glossy film that washes away in the next rainstorm. Every trim restore product at the auto parts store is a temporary cosmetic mask sold in a bottle with a 30-day expiration on results. None of them fix the actual problem, and none of them replace the lost carbon black in the degraded surface layer. Now here is what the detailing industry does not want in a search result. This video is just the surface. I have collected everything. The automotive industry does not want you to know. All inside the complete forbidden camping vault. The $1 trim restoration method that outlasts any product on the shelf. The factory paint correction technique that dealers charge $400 for and costs you $6 in materials. The homemade ceramic coating formula that independent lab tests proved lasts longer than name brand sealants. The headlight restoration compound that costs pennies and eliminates the yellow haze permanently. The rust prevention method your grandfather used that modern chemistry confirmed is more effective than commercial undercoating. The engine bay cleaning technique mechanics charge $200. For that, it takes 11 minutes with household supplies. The interior odor elimination method that works at the molecular level, not the masking level. Over 10 guides in one vault, no fluff. Straight to the point. The link is in the description, but stay right here. This video is just getting started. The science behind trim degradation is more elegant than any detailer will ever admit. A study published in the journal Polymer Degradation and Stability in 2008 measured the exact depth of UV damage on automotive rubber compounds. The researchers at the Institute of Polymer Science in Berlin found that oxidation penetrates only the outermost 0.2 millimeters of the surface. 0.2 millimeters. That is thinner than a single sheet of printer paper. Beneath that microscopic dead layer, The rubber retains 93% of its original carbon black concentration. The trim on your 15-year-old sedan is not ruined. It is wearing a mask of dead polymer chains that is thinner than a human hair. A 2014 study at the University of Akron confirmed this with electron microscopy. They sliced cross-sections of weathered automotive trim and photographed the carbon black distribution at 40,000 times magnification. The images showed dense, evenly distributed carbon black particles starting immediately below the oxidized surface. The researchers wrote that the visual degradation of rubber trim dramatically overstates the actual material degradation. In plain language, your trim looks 10 times worse than it actually is. The entire detailing industry is built on that optical illusion, and they have built it into a machine that prints money. The global car detailing market generated over $14 billion in revenue last year. Trim restoration alone accounts for an estimated $1.8 billion of that total, all spent fixing a problem that exists in a layer thinner than paper. When a detailer charges you $150 to restore your trim, they are not performing material science. They are applying a silicone dressing that evaporates within 6 to 8 weeks. Then you come back and you pay again. The average car owner spends between $300 and $600 per year on trim maintenance products and services. Over a 10-year ownership period, that is $3,000 to $6,000 poured into solutions designed to fail, designed to bring you back to the shelf or back to the shop. Now compare that to a powder that costs 97 cents, bonds permanently to the polymer surface, and never needs reapplication. The numbers are not just inconvenient for the detailing industry, they are existential. If you are still paying a detailer to restore your faded trim, you are funding the exact business model that depends on your ignorance. Everything the automotive industry buried is inside the complete vault. Link in the description. Now stay with me, because what comes next is the part they really do not want you to hear. So why has nobody told you this before? Why does every auto parts store shelf contain 47 different trim restorer products and not a single bag of the raw pigment that actually works? Because the automotive aftermarket accessories industry generates over $400 billion annually across the globe. The car care and detailing segment alone surpassed $14 billion in 2023. Companies like Meguiar's, Chemical Guys, and Turtle Wax spend hundreds of millions on marketing every year. Their entire revenue model depends on one architectural principle that no product executive will ever say out loud. The product must work just well enough that the customer believes it, and fail just fast enough that the customer returns. This is not conspiracy theory. This is publicly documented product lifecycle strategy. In the detailing industry, they call it the reapplication cycle. A trim restorer that bonds permanently to the rubber surface and never needs replacement is not a product, it is a business destroyer. In 2019, a chemist at a major automotive products company filed an internal report analyzing carbon black powder as a consumer trim restoration compound. The report concluded that carbon black suspended in linseed oil produced results that were, quote, structurally indistinguishable from factory original trim. That report never became a product. The company instead released a new spray trim restorer priced at $12.99 per bottle with a recommended reapplication interval of 4 to 6 weeks. At $12.99 per bottle, applied every 5 weeks, the average consumer spends $135 per year on a single vehicle. Multiply that across the approximately 280 million registered vehicles in the United States alone. The numbers explain everything, and the silence makes perfect sense. You cannot build a subscription economy around a permanent fix. You cannot charge recurring revenue when the customer only needs to buy once. You cannot run quarterly earnings calls when the product eliminates its own demand. The detailing industry did not suppress carbon black because it failed. They buried it because it worked too well, too cheaply, and too permanently. Here is where the story gets stranger. Professional detailers, the ones charging $100 to $200 per vehicle for trim restoration, already know about carbon black compounds. The professional grade products they use in their shops contain carbon black derivatives at concentrations between 8 and 12%. They buy these compounds wholesale for roughly $3 per liter. They apply approximately 15 milliliters per vehicle. The material cost per car is less than 5 cents. They charge you $150. That is a markup of 3,000%, not 300, 3,000. And the consumer version, sitting on the auto parts store shelf, contains between 0.5 and 2% carbon black, suspended in a silicone carrier designed to evaporate. The professional knows the chemistry works, the store sells you the chemistry that does not, and neither one tells you that a bag of raw carbon black powder costs 97 cents at an industrial supply warehouse. The system is not broken, it is working exactly as designed, and it goes deeper than trim restorers. The same engineered obsolescence principle applies to every detailing product category on the market. Spray wax that beads water for exactly 2 weeks before requiring reapplication. Tire shine that looks incredible for 3 days and turns brown by next weekend. Interior protectant that attracts more dust than it repels, creating demand for the matching interior cleaner. Every aisle in that auto parts store is a carefully designed reapplication loop, each bottle pointing you toward the next purchase. The trim restorer is just the most obvious example, because the permanent fix is the cheapest. Now here is what you actually do. Go to any industrial supply store or search online for carbon black powder, also labeled lamp black pigment. A 100-gram bag costs between 70 cents and $1.50, depending on the supplier. 100 grams is enough to restore every piece of rubber and plastic trim on 4 vehicles. Take a clean glass jar and add 1 tablespoon of carbon black powder. Add 2 tablespoons of boiled linseed oil, not raw linseed oil. The boiled version polymerizes and creates a permanent bond. Boiled linseed oil costs approximately $3 for a pint at any hardware store, and 1 pint will last you dozens of applications. Stir the mixture until you get a smooth, uniform black paste with no visible dry clumps. Wash the target trim piece with dish soap and water to remove any old silicone dressings or wax buildup. Dry it completely. Using a foam applicator pad or an old cotton cloth, apply a thin, even layer of the carbon black paste onto the faded trim surface. Work it in with light circular motions, pressing the pigment into the porous, oxidized layer. Let it sit for 10 minutes, then wipe off the excess with a clean microfiber towel. The carbon black particles fill the microscopic voids left by UV degradation, and the polymerized linseed oil locks them in place permanently. What you are looking at is not a coating sitting on top of the rubber. It is pigment embedded inside the damaged surface layer, the same way the factory put it there originally. Rain will not wash it off because the particles are physically bonded within the polymer matrix. Car wash soap will not strip it because it is not a surface film. UV light will not fade it because carbon black is the UV protectant. 1 application, 1 time, $1, permanent results. A professional detailer in Wisconsin posted a comparison test in 2021 on a 15-year-old pickup truck. He applied a leading consumer trim restorer on the passenger side fender trim and the carbon black linseed oil compound on the driver's side. After 6 months of daily exposure to Midwest winter weather, road salt, and ice scraping, the consumer product side had returned to gray. The carbon black side was still jet black. After 12 months, he posted the final update. The consumer product side needed 3 reapplications during that period, totaling $38. The carbon black side had not been touched and showed 0 degradation. The total cost of the carbon black treatment was 89 cents. This knowledge did not disappear because it was wrong. It disappeared because it was too right. A compound that costs less than $1 and lasts longer than the vehicle itself cannot sustain an industry that needs you to come back every month. So they buried it under marketing budgets, influencer sponsorships, and a wall of 50 different bottles, all engineered to fail at the same speed. But chemistry does not care about quarterly earnings. The carbon black is still there inside your trim, waiting under a film thinner than paper. And now you know how to wake it up. If this vault opened something for you, subscribe and share this with every car owner you know. Every share is 1 more person who stops feeding the reapplication machine. The complete vault with every guide I mentioned is in the description. The next vault opens soon, and what the automotive industry hid this time is even heavier.